How y'all doing today? This is Mr. Nobody. I want to do a quick knife review on the Endura 4 uh, Emerson collaboration. And real quick, we'll just get right into it. I'm going to give you the quantitative reason as to what I rate this knife based on a scale from 1 to 100. And I'm going to go through, and you can watch my other video on how I determine this or what each talking point value is. I feel like there's a lot of knife review videos. They say, oh, this is good, but they don't give you a reason why. And or this is bad, and they don't give you necessarily a reason why. But today I want to go ahead and give you that quantitative review on this knife. And we'll start with the blade material. The blade material is VG10. And as you know, I feel like that's a premium steel. Probably not as premium as 154 CM or S30V, but it is definitely a great steel, especially for the price point on this. I give that basically an 18 out of 20 for the price point. Of course, if the knife was more expensive, I'd expect more out of a more expensive blade. But for the price that this is at, VG10 is exceptional. It's a lot better than AUS 8, and I see knives twice as expensive as this one that just have AUS 8. So, blade material, 18 out of 20. Blade length, well, let's talk about that. For me, the ideal blade length on the perfect pocket knife is close to 4 inches. But I set the score down to 3.75 inches, and this blade actually hits it right on the mark, so it's going to get a 10 out of 10 points on that. And let's do also the shape of the blade. I really like the shape in terms of good for stabbing, good for cutting. It's got a long cutting surface. This is a little bit awkward right here, but it has to be that way just for the design of the knife and the collaboration. The fit and finish is great, excellent. Getting out of focus here, but basically this comes out of the box razor sharp. It's consistent. I'm not a big fan of the handle material, but it works. It's grippy, and to keep the knife at the price point that it's at, this is what it has to be. I will go ahead and give that a 10 out of 10. The overall lockup is perfect, excellent. I'd even say it's a liner lock, very strong lock. I prefer, if it's going to be any type of lock, if I had my choice between a liner lock and a spine lock, then I would go with the Ridgeback lock. So I give that a 10 out of 10. The method of deployment, and basically for me, my preference, any knife that has a hole, I'm going to automatically give that a 10 out of 10. I feel like that's the most efficient way to open the knife. Not only that, you have the option to use the wave features, so it gets a 10 out of 10 there. Physical appearance and appeal. If you're anything like me, I feel like this is an ugly knife. I think it's a great knife, but I think it's ugly because I guess I don't like that extra bevel right here. I don't like the way the wave looks on the Endura. And the angle from which, if you look from the back of the handle to the blade tip, it's an arch, and I don't really care for that too much. So for me, I gave it a 5 out of 10. Function, speed of deployment, I gave that a 5 out of 10 because, and this is just inherent with the the Emerson wave feature. This on slack pants does not do too good if you're anything like me. I wear slack pants all the time, and it gets caught up on slack pants. So for me, it's just the nature of the beast. It doesn't function well for what it was designed for, and I'm speaking on this in particular, the wave feature. Speed of the deployment was great, but the problem is, again, with function, if you're taking this out of your pocket and you don't want to deploy it, that's too bad, because this is going to catch and it's going to deploy. So is there ways around it? Yes, there is, but it's a hassle to try to take out your knife with the wave feature and not deploy it. And if you like the wave feature, then it's not an issue for you. But for me, the way that is designed on this particular knife, I don't care for it too much. It also adds an extra dimension to it, which makes it a little bit, that little bit right there adds bulk in my pocket. And that's mainly the reason why I don't carry this knife and I'm actually selling it. And, otherwise it'd be a great knife. But I gave this a 5 out of 10. Um, if you're using the hole, it's fine. The speed of deployment's great. The pivot is great. The lock pivots are great. But just for the mere fact it was designed to be deployed out of your pocket. Now, is it fast to deploy when you want to deploy? Yes, it is. But there's been times where I reach in my pocket and I deployed the knife without even realizing it, and I've actually gotten cut a couple times with this knife while it's in my pocket. So the country of origin is Japan. So I give that a 10 out of 10. Japan makes great knives. Seki City, Japan. So any knife that I have with that's country of origin is Japan. I love that. I love that fact. And lastly, price. This gets a 10 out of 10. It's retails at about, you can find it online for $75. Free shipping. So a knife that's Spyderco with VG10 steel, and I feel like a great overall fit and finish. It gets a 10. The final score is 88 points out of 100. If you enjoy the wave feature, this is a great knife. I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to resell this knife for close to what I paid for it. In fact, I know I am. I'm actually trading it for a Manix 2 sprint run. So I'm actually up trading this knife. So it's a great knife. Philosophy of use basically is everyday carry. People say, oh, tactical. Well, yeah, better than tactical. How about strategic? I'll say that it is definitely a strategic knife. You could use it as a stabbing knife, self-defense, all the above. If you look on the videos where I give you my scale and how I rate things, this would be a level 3 knife. Basically, in terms of quality, Spyderco is a great company. I love Spyderco. It feels good in the hand. I love the ergonomics of it and the handle, just like an Endura. The cons, again, just the fact that the dimensions are awkward for me when I carry this knife, and the function of it leads me to not carry it. I have other options to carry it. So that's basically my review, and I hope that was helpful in your decision to purchase this knife. All right, thanks. You all have a great day.